What is the role of a visual merchandiser?
A visual merchandiser is responsible for creating attractive displays in stores. This includes arranging products in a way that catches customers' eyes and encourages them to buy. They also design window displays and create signs to promote sales.
How do you decide on a theme for a display?
I start by considering the season, upcoming holidays, or special promotions. I also think about the target customers and what would appeal to them. Then I gather ideas and create a mood board to visualize the theme.
Can you describe a successful display you created?
In my last job, I designed a summer-themed display featuring bright colors and beach items. I used props like sand and beach balls to create a fun atmosphere. Sales increased by 20% during that period, showing that customers loved it.
How do you handle feedback from management or customers?
I see feedback as a chance to improve. If management suggests changes, I listen carefully and adjust my designs accordingly. If customers give feedback, I take note of their preferences and try to incorporate them into future displays.
What tools do you use for visual merchandising?
I use various tools like design software for planning layouts, measuring tapes for accurate spacing, and props to enhance displays. I also keep up with trends by reading industry magazines and following design blogs.
How do you stay updated with the latest trends in visual merchandising?
I regularly read fashion and design magazines, attend trade shows, and follow influential designers on social media. This helps me understand what's popular and how I can apply those trends to my work.
Describe a time when you had to work as part of a team.
In my previous job, I collaborated with the marketing team to launch a new product line. We brainstormed ideas together and combined our skills to create a cohesive display that matched the marketing campaign. It was a great success.
How do you measure the success of a display?
I look at sales data before and after the display is set up. I also pay attention to customer feedback and how many people engage with the display. If more customers are buying the featured products, I consider it a success.
What do you enjoy most about being a visual merchandiser?
I love being creative and coming up with new ideas for displays. It's rewarding to see how my work can attract customers and boost sales. I also enjoy the challenge of finding ways to make products stand out.
What do you find most challenging about this role?
One of the biggest challenges is keeping up with changing trends and customer preferences. Sometimes what worked well in the past may not be effective anymore. I have to stay flexible and ready to adapt my designs.
How do you prioritize tasks when setting up a display?
I start by making a list of what needs to be done, like gathering materials and arranging products. I prioritize tasks based on deadlines and the importance of each display. I also make sure to leave time for adjustments if needed.
How do you ensure that your displays align with the brand's image?
I study the brand's style and values before creating displays. I make sure to use colors, materials, and themes that reflect the brand's identity. This helps create a consistent shopping experience for customers.
Can you give an example of how you handled a difficult situation in a previous job?
Once I had a tight deadline to set up a display, and some materials were delayed. I quickly brainstormed alternative solutions and used different props that were available. The display turned out great and we met the deadline.
What techniques do you use to attract customers to a display?
I use bright colors, interesting shapes, and eye-catching signage to draw attention. I also create focal points that highlight key products. Sometimes I incorporate lighting to make the display more inviting.
What role does teamwork play in visual merchandising?
Teamwork is essential because I often collaborate with other departments like marketing and sales. Sharing ideas and feedback helps create better displays and ensures that everyone is on the same page.
How do you handle tight budgets when creating displays?
I focus on using cost-effective materials and repurposing existing props. I also look for creative ways to make displays appealing without spending too much. Sometimes, simple designs can be very effective.
What is your process for creating a new display from start to finish?
First, I research the theme and gather inspiration. Then, I sketch out my ideas and plan the layout. After that, I gather materials and set up the display, making adjustments as needed. Finally, I evaluate its success and gather feedback.